them to do some, move a lot for a minute or so. Ask them to do some jumping jacks. They can do a little bit of jogging. They can run on the, from one end of the class to another. So ask them to do 1 minute of quick cardio activity, and then ask them to stand still wherever they are and have their hand on the chest. Let them close their eyes and focus on their heartbeat, and have them realize how initially it was racing and how it slows down as they breathe in and out. So again, a great activity in between. If you have, a block lesson, if you have a lesson of 1 hour with them, you can have this quick activity. You can ask them to move. So there is a little bit of movement also in the class. They're nice, happy, and chirpy. And then it calms them down as they keep their hand on their chest and focus on the heartbeat and try to relax themselves. Next is mindful tasting. I love this one, and so do the children. This is fun. It's a lot of fun. You have to choose a few aromatic foods, and foods basically that children recognize. So it can be from something as simple as a mango to, any fruit, dry fruit. It can be a specific candy. It can be gems. So anything that the taste of which they recognize. So blindfold their eyes. You can even call some volunteers if you don't want to practice, if it's not practical for you to practice this with all of them, because I know some schools have more than 40 children, so this will not be practical for bigger groups, but for smaller groups, yes, this will work. It even works in language classes when if you're teaching them food, you can play this activity and ask them to identify what food is it. So they blindfold their eyes. And the reason why we ask them to blindfold is that this will sharpen other senses, which will allow them to concentrate more on the experience. Put all the food that you've gathered in a plate in front of those children. First, let your children feel the texture of the fruit and explain it to you. Is it smooth? Is it patchy? It depends on what they pick. For example, they pick up a piece of mango. So then they'll be like, okay, it's smooth. So then let your child or those children they should smell it and describe the scent. Does it relate to anything do they recall any memory that, okay, when I was yesterday itself, my mother bought this fruit and I remember tasting it last evening. Afterward, have the child or the children taste the food slowly. Throughout the entire process, the eyes are blindfolded, and as they describe the taste, they need to guess what fruit is it. Complete the process. They could pick up another fruit. As I said, this depends on the number of children you have in your class. It works best if you have lesser children. Also works best in language classrooms. Works very well in smaller groups of primary classrooms where you're still teaching them fruits, and you can even have candies if that's allowed.